I think for both of us, mental performance coaching and everything that we've been passionately talking about so far today in this podcast episode is a bit of a pay it forward thing, right? With that in mind, for someone listening who wants to explore what they're truly capable of, aside from maybe the meta performance assessment or signing up for coaching with Novus Global, what's one practical tool or powerful exercise that people can start using today to start improving?
Yeah. So what I would offer, well, the first one I mentioned before is the question, what if I'm wrong? And so if like you notice that you have a point of view, a perception about what you think your life can be or can't be, notice that, write that down, whatever that is, and then put next to it, what if I'm wrong? And then when you like, and then if you're up for it, go take one action that would be, that would like be in the vein of like, okay, I'm going to test here. I'm going to test. Like, I feel this way. I'm willing to be wrong. And if I'm willing to be wrong, that means I'm going to go talk to that person. I'm going to send that email. I'm going to ask, and like, then just see what happens. So I'd offer that as a first tool. And then what I'd offer as a second one, and we talked about it also, is like draw a circle on your page. And inside that circle, like if you think about what's one thing in your personal and professional life, just name it inside the circle as like, this occurs to me as possible in my personal life and possible in my professional life. And then draw outside the circle where we'll name in the realm of what's impossible. Name one thing that would thrill you that occurs to you as impossible in your personal life, and one thing that would thrill you but also occurs to you as impossible in your professional life. And just write those down, and then go have a conversation with someone who you know really cares about you and share that. And just see, and even I'd invite you to like have them do it too. Like go do that with your partner, go do that with your best friend. Write the two things inside, the two things outside, and have a conversation, and then see what comes up from that conversation. We'll do this in large groups of people, and it's really fascinating to talk about what the listener notices, and then what the person who shares notices, and then vice versa when you switch it up. So that would be the second tool I'd offer. And go have fun. You'll be surprised.
For sure. So I would say the first one was, you said, what if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
So what if I'm wrong about whatever it is?
That I think is like, so even you could do, if we could rewind, do the exercise of like what's inside the circle, like the intuitive fence is what we call it. So what's inside the circle of possible, and then outside, which is
So
impossible.
start with this exercise.
Start with that one. And then
Yeah.
after you have your conversation and you get interesting insights when you talk to someone you care about, then ask yourselves like together, what if we are wrong about like the thing outside of the realm of possibility? What if we're wrong and like that thing actually could happen for us? And then take one action to explore that. Like, who would you go talk to? What would you go do if it's like, it's impossible for me to write a book next year. What if I'm wrong about that? If I was wrong about that, hey, maybe I'd hire someone to work with me for a day to outline my book. And what would be a first action? I'd call up that person and find out what their rates are and find out what that would actually look like. So what would be the nuclear move that would like open up the curiosity, Justin, as you said, to see that maybe there's more, maybe there's something beyond what you think is possible for you.
Excellent. I love that. I love everything that we've talked about today. I think this has been super insightful. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your expertise and your experiences and everything about Novus Global and meta performance assessment. And I just wanted to open the floor to you if there's anything else that you wanted to say before we sign off today.
Well, I was curious, what do you love the most about coaching athletes and like being a mental performance coach yourself? Because we share that in common, and I'd love to hear a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, great question. And I would say So I'm a personal trainer as well,
Yeah.
right? I'm a personal trainer. That's kind of my full-time job. And then I have the mental performance coaching business as kind of a side business for me right now, which is to include this podcast. But when I talk to my personal training clients and when I talk to my mental performance coaching clients, and I could hear this when I'm talking to you, I can tell how passionate you are about this subject.
Hmm.
I can ask a simple question and I just get such a wealth of information and passion and fire and curiosity and knowledge just pouring forth. And I'm sure you can hear that when you hear other people speak about what they're passionate about, which is probably all high performers because or meta performers because they're all super passionate about what they do. So what I love about mental performance coaching is that it's a topic that I'm passionate about. I'm a former athlete myself, although I never played at an Olympic level or anything like that. I've also personally shared on many of my podcast episodes, and I'll be honest about it here. I've had my fair share of struggles with mental health
Yeah.
issues,
Yeah.
depression, anxiety, and so forth. And I know that these are huge topics in today's society at large, let alone amongst athletes and high performers and so forth. So my passion, and I'm kind of getting goosebumps just talking about it right now, is to like share this information, make it an open conversation, get people talking about it, have it not be so taboo, and help people to find out what they're truly capable of and become the best version of themselves and get out of that fixed mindset and shoot for the moon, and even if you miss you'll be amongst the stars, like this kind of thing. Like I'm just
Yeah.
super passionate about talking about this information, learning about it,
Yeah.
teaching other people about it. It's kind of my purpose in this world is to help other people, whether that's personal training or mental performance coaching. And there's obviously a huge crossover between the physical and the mental, and I
Totally.
could sort of go on and on, but like I'm just passionate about all of these subjects at large. And
Yeah.
so this podcast and the mental performance coaching, it's all a way for me to continue the discussion about these topics and get more people informed. And I guess, yeah, that's kind of it. Without kind of going on and on, but like that's kind of what I'm passionate about, I guess.